Hey everybody, Grant Miller here, Miami Community Newspapers. I'm with Gabrial de Armas with Home Instead. But we're not here about that. We're here about Santa.
We're here about Santa.
Wow. Oh, wait, name this song.
This is a Charlie Brown Christmas. It's gosh, you can put me on the spot, but that's the only way I know it.
It's a Charlie Brown song. So
gives me the feels after all these years.
Absolutely. It's funny. The older you get, you hear a song, go, God, I remember those good old days, or this or that. So your big thing, other than you take care of people, seniors, is be like a Santa to a senior.
Yes.
And we grow up and we say we got to give food or clothing or gifts to children. But now those are grown up children. A lot of them by themselves. Am I correct?
Yes. Yes. And what we do is we target these homes, these adult daycares. We look for places that have dementia wards, places that sometimes are not as favorable. Okay. They still provide great care, but they're in places that you wouldn't think of, like Alapata or Opalaka or in Hialeah. And family's just not around. So what this program does is it targets older adults who have been isolated. And especially after this pandemic, this whole year or 2 years has just done a number on the psyche of older adults. So more than ever, Santa is on his sled, and we're making it happen. So thank you for having me.
Okay, so how'd you get into Santa for seniors?
A gentleman had the idea in Texas, and I just piggybacked it, changed it a little bit. Their idea
fine-tuned
it Miami way. They would put Christmas trees in Walmart or in Walgreens. And I tried that route. I did that. But really what got this started was just the people I knew, the relationships I had. The Chamber of Commerce was huge on that. Rotary, the Gentleman's Journal, personal friends of mine.
Personal thing. I want to know, how long do you wear hats? How long has it been? 10 years, 5 years, 6 years?
Since I was 15 years old.
You always had a hat. That's your mark.
I like Kangos, man. I just ordered a red one for the Christmas wrap party.
God, you have to have the right head. You have to have right everything.
I like a Kango, man.
It's it, huh?
It feels good. It feels right.
So how does this work? You're going to give me a list of senior citizens by their names or what?
Yes, by their name. So
first name only.
Yeah, first name only. Sometimes they make the mistake of putting the first and last name, which is a mistake. But we identify the folks by the number on the ornament. That's how I know where this person is.
So, example, I have.
Just say the first name.
George. He wants a handheld radio, alarm clock with large numbers, and some cologne.
How practical is that? How easy is that?
So this is $20.
$20.
Now, what I say, I don't want to go out and buy that. Can we give money to your organization?
You could. You can write a check and say, advocates for the elderly, or what we did last year because of the pandemic and we weren't able to have the interaction that we all craved. We teamed up with Amazon. So if you go to beasantatoasenior.com, you can actually see, okay, Miami, you hit Miami and it'll say, do you want to go shopping now or are you looking for a partner, a location? Like Smiles and Sonrisas, for example. You can go over there and you can drop off stuff in their box. You can drop stuff off here at your lobby, and you can go to the chamber. You can go to Tremblay Law Firm. These are places you can physically go.
Do you want it wrapped or not wrapped?
No wraps.
Are you going to go back to the wrap party?
Yes, and this is how
not RABP.
No.
WRAP.
Yeah, WRAP.
Where are you going to have the wrap party?
Coral Gables High School.
I did it a couple years ago. You could feel the emotion by everybody. It was really touching.
It's turned into an assembly line. It's turned into tradition. It's going to be December 10th this time. The school graciously allowed me to have the cafeteria again. I know they did some remodeling. So the entrance, instead of going in through Lejeune, is going to be on Riviera. And really,
there's a parking lot right there.
The parking lot's right there. The truck will be able to be backed up right there. And the beautiful thing is that they're allowing me to do this, because we're in a climate where you don't know. People are scared still. Even after all this time, people are still scared, respectively so. But when they gave me the green light and they said you can wrap the presents at the school, I said I'm all in. We're
And
going
they were
back.
ahead of the curve because now the school board's changed your policy.
Yeah, we're going back. So I didn't want to have to be, masked police at the door. I said, look, if I could do it like I always do it, we can come in and we can,
My feeling on the mask, if you want to wear a mask, you wear a mask.
same here.
I happen to get all the shots, but I have no problem people wearing masks at all.
I don't either. I think it's unfortunate that there's people that do.
Right. So this is, again, people, this is an exciting time, especially this holiday. Last holiday was really sad for a lot of people. They couldn't visit their relatives. And most of these people that you serve, their relatives don't live in town or they're not alive.
Correct. Grant, and we have to take into consideration what this pandemic has done to older adults.
What's your Andres, can you type his webpage? What is your webpage?
It's homeinstead.com.
So he goes there and they can find about Santa.
If you want to do Santa, you go to beasantatoasenior.com.
That's the better one.
Yeah, that's the better one. And
Be a Santa
to a senior.com. And the need is greater than ever. Even as what we do at home instead, the anxiety levels, the depression, the isolation has just bugged people out, And so it's this transition period of getting, trying to get that person who was a lot more social, who now became a little bit more introverted and suffers from a little bit of anxiety. So imagine.
Is that correct?
That's just folks at home. Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
That's just folks at home. Imagine the ones that were in the nursing homes who were not allowed out of their rooms
For a year.
for over a year. And they weren't allowed to see family. It was a complete lockdown. So that does a number.
That depression must just hit
Oof.
hard.
And folks that had a little bit and now have a lot.
All right. So 2019, how many seniors did you service?
1,000.
And that doesn't mean they get one gift. Some get two.
Oh, they get 2 or 3 gifts. Yeah, each ornament has 3 things. And if we see that you did nice and you got a gift basket and you got your sweater, then we at least have something else to give to someone else.
I'm gonna cover the name up, but you pick an ornament.
Yeah.
And
Pick
boom.
an ornament.
And it has the person's name and it doesn't say where he lives, but it's still you handle all that.
We handle all of that.
And do they like it wrapped, don't they?
Yes, absolutely. And then the cool thing is the activity directors that really go all in and they get themselves a Santa Claus to be able to deliver. And then a lot of the volunteers that assist us in the wrapping or assist us in the gathering of the gifts also then build relationships with these nursing homes and then go back to deliver the gift, or better yet, do certain things throughout the year, like Easter Sunday, or they'll come back on Valentine's Day, or they'll do something.
Who's those?
The Girl Scouts, the Boy Scouts, the South Miami cheerleading team.
They go back to the seniors.
All kinds of groups that have just been organically put in the right place at the right time. And then this became intergenerational. So what started as a focus on older adults became across the board just a good thing for everybody.
So you got 1,000 gifts. How many people?
1,000 folks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many people volunteer? When I say volunteered and give gifts or money?
Hundreds. Because I can't do it without the community.
Who's the check made out to?
Advocates for the elderly.
Right. And you can mail that in.
You can mail it.
Just go to their webpage and they'll help you out with it, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So do you get emotional at some of these places?
Yeah, man. How could you not? It's very humbling. It grounds you. What it does is it allows you to go back home and really appreciate what you have. My mom's still alive. She's 90 years young. She still likes her whiskey. She still likes to go to the casino.
That's why she's living so good.
I think so. But
her aunt just passed away. She died at 98.
Oh, God bless.
But she would have lived longer if she gambled and had a shot of whiskey.
Yeah, might have.
Where's your mother gamble?
Yeah, oh God, it's country. It's called something Creek.
Is she in Miami? No,
she's in Coral Springs.
She found a little casino.
It's not little. We've seen it grow.
And she plays. What does she play at the slots?
You could drop her off. And she'll call you when she's ready to be picked up.
Come on.
I swear
at 90.
At 90.
And
she's got the tripod walker that she could sit in.
Right.
She puts the brakes and she turns around.
Does she have her own friends there?
No, man. Her friend is the machine that she will. And I caught her doing this. She'll do a rub down on the machine while it's moving, and she'll do this stuff and machinations. And it's, she's got all kinds of comorbidities. And for those who don't know what that means, is she's got ailments. She's got more than 1 or 2 or 3, But when she gets there, the endorphins kick in. And she doesn't
That's
feel,
her playground.
That's her playground. So Big ups to mom. Love you, mom.
What's your mom's first name?
Coralia.
Congratulations. We'll see you 5 more years. Okay, so we have here, right here, bunch of people. Wow. And how many do you have right now? I mean, you have 1,000. You're playing on 1,000.
There's 1,000.
And where do they range from? Dade, Broward, Palm Beach?
No, all Dade. It's all Miami based, and that's why I love this city. People think we are something that we're not, and we could be a little bit of that too. But at the end of the day, people are good.
When you this is just one organization.
This is just one organization.
It gives thousands of adults,
Mm-hmm.
and it's impressive. I mean, not just you, your whole team. You had, and I have to give kudos to your wife and your 2 kids. I mean, 2 years ago, your kids were in it, and they were young then.
My wife's been doing this with me at the wrapping party since she was pregnant and had a little thing that said Logan, a little label. And then the next year we had a playpen there, and now they play in the box. Now they're big. Now they actually can help me delegate.
It's for students that are looking for community service. They come wrap. It's not as easy as it thinks. Wrapping, got to wrap blankets a certain way to. It's funny because when I went there, no, you're doing it. No, you got to do it this way because there's a certain way you got to wrap.
Yeah, and somebody's cutting and somebody's taping, and everybody has a job. And so then each one of these, like for example, number 10 will have a list, and it'll have 30 or 40 people under number 10. So as Emilio gets wrapped, Emilio gets checked off, and that present goes in the box. And then we continue to chip away until everybody in that location has.
I have to read some of these things. Emilio, a gift basket, a sweater, PJs. Another person, wow. PJs, alarm clock, wherever he wants it, with large numbers. A sweater, alarm clock, wow.
Yeah, so what I do, Grant, is I give folks this.
And night light, something easy. PJs.
Magnifier.
T-shirt, large. Bath towels, kitchen towels. A sweater, PJs, T-shirts. So here's you give the choice to.
What I do is I give the activity directors and the social workers in these facilities this list, so then that they can then personalize that individual and say, look, she needs reading glasses. This is the actual score for that. Or this one wants, that's where you see the handheld radios because they love the Marlins. So a lot of these guys, they love to hear their Marlins.
They all Cuban guys?
Yeah, there's some old Cuban guys, man. Of course,
but they're sitting around.
Yeah.
Remember, we grew up like that.
The Marlins are the number one listened to team.
In Cuba, I grew up that way. Sit down and watch not watch it, you listen to it.
Well, no, I did that too, this is interesting because I didn't think my wife was going to marry me because of it, because I would watch the Yankees game on mute while I listened to the color commentators.
Well, they're much better.
Yeah, it's much better.
And it's interesting that, in the 40s or 50s before TV really came in, and that I could in a car, I could listen to a baseball game or a football game and picture it in my head.
Well, if they're good, they're good. When they do it right,
yeah,
and absolutely.
But the old Cuban men, that's all they had. They didn't have a choice, so they're trained like that. I love going to a baseball game, and you see these old elder cockers, whatever nationality they are, and they got a scorebook.
They got a scorebook.
I love it.
That's so cool.
We had a guy named Dan Palmer who worked here for years. He died when he was 150. But I used to go to baseball games with him. And, you get great seats, 40-yard line or the baseball home behind home plate. Nope. He's got an earplug.
Got an earpiece in there.
Earpiece in on the scorebook. But I love that part.
Balls and strikes.
Right. It gets simple as that. All right. So right now you have 1 month, everybody, to participate. Go to the webpage and they'll direct you what to do. It is very emotional because these people, most of them don't have families.
A lot of them don't have families.
And if they have families, the family might not be able to supply everything. Right. Some of these people just want soap, certain shaving creams.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that. It's the everyday items that we take for granted. And I can't harp enough, Grant, I can never do this without this community. This community has just embraced this. And like you mentioned earlier, it's hundreds of volunteers across the board, young and old.
Right. When I was there that day, the wrappers range from, must have been, excluding your sons, 15-year-olds and then adults that were 60, 70-year-olds.
For sure. That's going to be December 10th. So from now until December 6th, I would say is our cutoff, because that allows my team to go and pick up all the stuff at all the different locations. On the Be a Santa to a Senior site, you will see locations. If those locations don't have ornaments to give you, they're a great place to drop it off. So those locations that you see on that site are actual box locations. So already come prepared. Bring the blankets, bring the slippers, bring the house coats, bring stuff for men because they always get shortchanged. For some reason, the ladies get the majority of the stuff.
Now, the wrap day is what day?
December 10th,
What time?
6 p.m.
If you want to change your life,
Thanks, Grant.
if you want to change your life, bring gifts and wrap.
And wrap. Stick around. It's
Right.
a lot of fun.
That it's easy to put in the box.
Yeah.
But you really want to change your kid's life, go there and they're gonna go, wow.
And
it's totally emotional.
And all of these places that are going to be receiving gifts are going to be there. So if you need an introduction because you want to do something with your school afterwards and continue this intergenerational program, then let me know. I'll be there that day. I'm easy to find. I'll be bouncing around like a pinball, and I'll introduce you and see and build those relationships. It's all about relationships.
Well, it's exciting. And the holidays are here.
Holidays
I mean,
are
it's
here,
a little
man.
scary. It's like TV and radio. It's like Halloween happens and boom, we're already in the new year.
I know. It feels like this year went by extra quick.
Well, a lot of people are locked down.
It just, yeah, well, last year too. I mean, it's just, it's almost like we're figuring this thing all back again.
The virus is like the flu now. You're gonna have to get a flu shot. I never got a flu shot until this year.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, now I got my 2 shots, my booster, and my flu shot. I'm ready to get another shot.
You're good, man. You can go to space now.
Yeah, I'll take another shot. So, Be Like Santa to a Senior is a very outstanding organization. I thank you, your family, and hundreds of volunteers.
Yeah. Just imagine being lonely. How does that? It was Jimi Hendrix that said loneliness is such a drag, right?
Right.
Imagine being lonely, and now imagine that as a perpetual state. Think about the difference of someone just calling you and saying, "Hey, Grant, how are you? I was thinking about you," and that's what this does. It lets people know that they're being thought about and that they're being recognized for the good work that they did. They were the ones that paved the way for us.
Oh, absolutely. We don't realize those senior citizens
Mhm.
help United States and Miami a bit.
They did the jobs way before we did, man.
Right. Okay. Be a Santa to a Senior. Gabriel, as always, it's an honor and a pleasure to have
Thank
you
you
here.
so much for
You
being
got
an
it.
advocate, my brother.
Everybody, have a great day. Let's do it.
Let's go, Miami.